this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Work can be a little weird. Cringy training seminars, coworkers who won't stop talking about their plant, forgetting the mute button at an inopportune moment. We have to deal with a lot on any given workday. Sometimes it can feel hard to thrive and move forward in your career. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in. LinkedIn helps you get ideas and insights from experts in your field, connect with people professionally, grow your network, and access tools designed to help you find the right fit for your next role. Whether you're just getting started, figuring out your next move, or looking to accelerate your career, LinkedIn is built to support you at every stage because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Hey, and welcome to The Short Stuff. I'm Josh, and there's Chuck. And let's take it back to Christmas Eve. The year is 1800, and I'm an English scientist named William Hyde Wollaston. Who are you,
Hello.
Chuck?
I guess that would make me your colleague, Smithson Tennant.
Neil Tennant's great-great-great-great-grandfather.
I don't believe you. I'm not falling for anything anymore.
Okay. So what are we doing on this Christmas Eve 1800?
Well, we're unwrapping a very special thing, a precious metal, platinum ore.
That's right.
I got to stop that.
We paid a pretty penny for it, too. It came from what we would call Colombia today, what Wollaston and Tennant, us, called Nueva Granada,
Yeah.
which is fancy. But they paid something like 795 pounds for it, which in 1800, that'd be $1,000. And today, it'd be like $23,000. I would have thought inflation would have made that way more. But still, that's a decent amount of money to pay for a hunk of platinum. Even back then, the reason why they paid so much for it and why they had to smuggle it out is because it was essentially pure platinum, which is very, very hard to find. And one of the reasons that Wollaston wanted it was because he was trying to figure out how to create a chemical reaction that could make platinum malleable and therefore even more useful than it already was.
That's right. He's like, I think I can do it. I'm pretty smart, and I think we can get a lot of uses out of malleable platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And so he worked on it for a few years, or rather, you worked on it for a few years.
And you helped?
I helped a little bit. I got your tea and stuff like that. Laughed at your jokes, kind of like this podcast.
Oh,
here's your tea, by the way.
thanks.
And you eventually would get that chemical process down pat and isolate that platinum, and it was in fact malleable. But what he noticed was like, wait a minute, there's something left over here. These reddish salts, and like, what in the world could this be? And it turns out that Wollaston and Tennant had also discovered not just one other precious metal, but two. We're going to focus on rhodium, but they also discovered palladium.
Yeah, pretty neat stuff.
That's a big bang for your buck.
The reason they called it rhodium, it was after the Greek word for rose, which is rhodon, right? Which sounds like
so.
of like a robot that assembles from different parts and fights.
I was going to say the same thing.
So, and the reason why is because those salts are kind of like a reddish rose color. So that's pretty cool. That's a great name right off of the bat. But even more than that, they figured out that rhodium and palladium were related to platinum. They're part of what's called the platinum group metals. Don't know if that's a band name or not.
I was waiting for it.
Maybe like a prog rock, like a all-star prog rock band.
Yeah, that's not metal.
No, not at all.
Yeah, totally. It's one of the noble metals. The rhodium has a chemical. It's a chemical element with the symbol Rh, atomic number 45.
Nice.
And it is in the group with iridium and ruthenium and platinum, palladium. What else?
Don't forget
osmium.
iridium and osmium, yeah.
So it's a pretty big deal that they found this. And also, obviously, gold and silver, also precious metals. And it turns out that rhodium is super valuable today and very useful today.
Yeah.
And rare.
It is rare. It's incredibly rare, actually. It's, I guess, almost never found in pure form. It's found in alloys with other stuff. And it's usually found in just minuscule amounts. So it's rare, it's scarce, and it was, until very recently, in really high demand. So much so that the price of an ounce of rhodium in April of 2021 was approaching $30,000 an ounce.
Yeah, that was the peak, the rhodium peak.
That's one of like the most expensive commodities on the planet, if not the most expensive. I'm not sure. What's interesting, Chuck, though, is that it's now down to about $4,000 an ounce. And I say we don't tell anybody why until we come back from a message break.
Sounds good.
Have you ever invested in something that seemed incredible at first but didn't live up to the hype? Well, marketers know that feeling. They optimize for the numbers that look great, impressions, reach, and reacts. But when they don't show revenue, well, that's a not so great conversation with the CFO. LinkedIn has a word for that: bull spend.
That's right, because you need to invest in what looks good to your CFO. LinkedIn Ads generates the highest ROAS, 121% of all major ad networks. You can reach the right buyers with LinkedIn Ads, and you can target by company, industry, job title, and more.
So cut the bull spend. Advertise on LinkedIn, the network that works for you. Spend $250 on your first campaign on LinkedIn Ads and get a $250 credit for the next one. Just go to linkedin.com/SYSK. That's linkedin.com/SYSK. Terms and conditions apply. Hey everybody, we're here to talk to you about Wayfair, who believes that spaces should be functional, they should be comfortable, they should be well-designed, and they can be well-designed by you with their help.
Your updated space should feel more comfortable, inviting, and practical for everyday use. And we're talking about outdoor seating. We're talking about grills. We're talking about major appliances. If you need storage solutions, Wayfair can help you out. Patio lighting, rugs, decor. It is your one-stop shop for home.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting nice out, so it's time to think about living outdoors for the next few months. And Wayfair knows that outdoor furniture, it's heavy, it's intimidating to assemble. So Wayfair has stepped in and said, we're going to handle the hard part so you don't have to.
That's right. You can shop Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. And that means their team of product specialists are going to vet everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like, quality materials, functionality, and features, and even how long it takes to build that piece of furniture. And the overall experience save time, reduce hassle, and improved convenience.
Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. So head to wayfair.com right now to get your outdoor space ready for way less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
All right, so we left quite a cliffhanger. Rhodium peaked at about close to $30,000 not too long ago in just March and April of 2021. Now it's down to about $4,000. I saw like 39 today, 4,200 yesterday in that area, and the forecast is for it to be about the same, which is still one of the most valuable metals in the world.
It's more than gold for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like still twice as much as gold. So it's still very, very valuable. But like anything, it's all about supply and demand. And while the supply is still low because it's still rare, it's not like they found some huge supply of it somewhere. The demand has gone way down for a lot of reasons that are pretty boring. If you're someone who talks about things like financial instruments, then you might really enjoy hearing about like the 12 reasons that I found that it's not a demand. But one of the big reasons that everyone can understand is that rhodium is one of the biggest uses is that it's used in catalytic converters, which is one reason why catalytic converters are stolen, because they contain palladium, platinum, and rhodium, and people can cut them off very easily and sell them for a lot of money.
Right.
But catalytic converters are on the decline because of the rise of electric vehicles, so thus rhodium, the demand is down.
Isn't that interesting? Like just the price of rhodium indicates that the world turned a corner and is like, yeah, electric vehicles are here to stay, and we don't really need catalytic converters like we used to.
Yeah, it'll go back up, though, because the other 11 reasons are much more volatile and not as locked in.
Okay, but still, it's just not in demand. I think something like 80% of the use or the demand for rhodium was with the automotive industry, largely for catalytic converters. The reason why they use it for catalytic converters is because it is just aces at converting nitrous oxide emissions.
Yeah.
Which it's
crazy.
Still some that comes out of your tailpipe, but nothing like it would without a catalytic converter. Like we would not be breathing basically right now with all the cars on the road if there weren't catalytic converters featuring rhodium. And the solution to that is not more rhodium, it's fewer catalytic converters, turns out.
Yeah, I wrote the catalytic converter article years ago at How Stuff Works.
How was it?
It was a slog, my friend.
I'll bet.
Yeah, as someone, I think for both of us, we're not super car guys, so, or at least how cars work, so it was tough.
Well, can you take 10 minutes and explain how they work real quick?
I have no memory of it. But what I do remember is you said 80% as far as their use in catalytic converters. Also 80%, that's how much rhodium South Africa is putting out. About 80% of the world's supply is coming from South Africa. Russia is number 2 on that list. Zimbabwe is number 3. And there's also and again, these aren't rhodium mines. I think they're generally platinum mines for the most part.
Right.
But there's a platinum mine in Montana that is producing some rhodium as well.
Pretty neat.
Not bad.
One of the cool things about rhodium is that it's super shiny. It's got a beautiful silvery white sheen to it. So it makes it very alluring.
Like Momo.
Yeah, exactly. It has like a lot of like attractiveness. It also is very hard, which is a double-edged sword for jewelers. It makes it really hard to make jewelry out of. But if you can figure out how to plate rhodium onto other kinds of jewelry, it will make it super shiny and super hard and durable. And that's one way that they have figured out how to use rhodium is they plate it. And to plate it, you actually have to dissolve it in certain kinds of acids. And that causes fumes. And you do not want to breathe those fumes. But if you can successfully avoid breathing the fumes, you can plate jewelry with rhodium. And you'll be pretty happy with the result afterwards, I hear.
Yeah, it is actually one of the least toxic of those precious metals, but it is that the fumes that are harmful for sure. So they have found ways to work on it as jewelers to avoid those fumes. Another great part about rhodium on jewelry is that it's hypoallergenic. So you're not, sometimes if you wear bracelets and rings and things that will turn your skin a different color, this avoids that. That plating of rhodium will not turn your skin different colors. So that's another big plus. And it's also, because it's hard, it's very scratch resistant. It's corrosion resistant. It's pretty hardy, but they have to do it in such a thin layer. It will wear down. So they say if you do have a rhodium plated piece of jewelry or something, they say that you should probably not do it on like a ring. You should probably do it for like earrings or a necklace or something that doesn't get rubbed around a lot on your skin. And you might want to think about getting it replated every few years. And it sounds like, oh my gosh, it's the most expensive thing in the world. Why would I do that? They need so little of it to plate your jewelry that it's apparently isn't that much money.
No.
I'm sure that's relative, but it's not like you would think like, oh, it costs like $10,000 to get this thing replated.
Right, because you don't need an ounce of this stuff.
No, you don't need much
a
at all.
little tiny bit, and that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
There's one other use for it that I think we should end on.
All right, let's hear it.
Not only does it catalyze nitrous oxide into less harmful stuff, it is the catalyst for the reaction that produces menthol.
Yeah.
So if you like chewing gum or Cools, you can thank rhodium for that.
Aren't they getting rid of menthol cigarettes?
They should.
I thought I just saw something about that recently.
I don't know, but I could definitely see us reaching that point finally.
I'm not sure why I would have dreamed that up, even though I had the weirdest dream ever last night, so you never know. But I thought I saw something. So anyway, I'm sure we'll figure that out.
You're not going to share last night's dream?
Oh, no. But it involved Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Awesome. So if you want to know more about this wonderful topic, rhodium, you can go on to How Stuff Works, because that's where we got this article. And that means Short Stuff is out.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.